second grader, but I read like a fourth grader.
Readers of all ages and levels are pulling out their bookmarks for the 4th annual Big Read Festival.
It's got over 40 authors, activities for children, a maze, spelling bees, Can You Stump the Librarian, plus book signings and book selling.
The purpose of the Big Read is to inspire readers from across the nation to pick up a book and read.
Reading is so important to everyone. With reading, anything can happen, but there's so many people who don't know how to read and so many people who forget about reading, and really it opens the doors to so many opportunities.
Authors from all genres, from children's books to cookbooks, came out to share their experiences.
My book is it's called The Pride of Park Avenue. It's basically about my upbringing in South St. Louis, some of the choices I made, some of the mistakes I've made, kind of put it in a book form. The book is just a combination of personal essays, short stories, and poems about growing up in South St. Louis.
I am the author of These Hands, which is a children's book. It was inspired by my daughter's kindergarten teacher because she just was so wonderful with the children and made them feel like they could do anything with their hands.
Well, we're here promoting our book, How to Marry the Wrong Guy. 17 years ago, I called off my first wedding, and I realized that women want to call their weddings off all the time, and they don't. So we're here to tell people, if you understand how to marry the wrong guy, you'll know how to marry the right one.
Last year we were part of the Big Read in their Pitch-a-Palooza, and the book that we had come to pitch is actually the ultimate book that we have here today after we received feedback from a couple of agents that were here last year, and we just loved the festival so much that we wanted to be a part of it again this year.
All these authors seem to share the same feelings.
Oh, this is a godsend for local authors. You know, I set a goal 3 or 4 years ago when I started on my project to participate in this. This year I got the workshop. Next year I want to have my line as long as the guy that wrote the book over there.
The guy he's referring to, Greg Mortensen, is New York Times best-selling author. His book, 3 Cups of Tea, is a true story based on his dangerous and difficult quest to build schools in the wildest parts of Pakistan and Afghanistan.
I'll just teach you a couple words, like if you go to another country. So where I grew up in Africa, if you want to say hello, you say jambo. You say jambo? Jambo. But if you go there nowadays, everybody says you're talking like you're my grandma. So you have to say mambo vipi. Say mambo vipi. And it means what's happening.
Build-A-Bear invited Greg to their workshop inside the St. Louis Galleria. In conjunction with the Big Read Project, he's spending time with local kids while at the same time helping kids in other countries.
We had several children here from area schools to help us make bears that are going to be given to kids that are in his schools in Afghanistan and Pakistan. So we'll be shipping about 100 bears that the kids made today with little shirts on them that have his logo for the festival and also for his schools.
Greg teaches kids that peace begins with education.
I happen to work in Pakistan, Afghanistan for the last 16 years. And really education, I think, is the strongest, most important way to really change a society. So I'm trying to bring awareness to kids about the fact that how important education is, and that we have a program called Pennies for Peace, and kids around the country, and now over about almost 5,000 schools, they get pennies. But we also encourage the kids to find something on their own they want to support. There's this phenomena going on in this country. More and more people really want to do something to help, you know. And so I want to foster that type of, that idea in kids that, you know, any of these students, kids, they can go out and do something.
Well, we're really excited about Greg being here because of his involvement in education around the world. And I think that children in foreign countries appreciate education maybe slightly differently. It's a status symbol to have an education. In this country, it's just a given right. And I want all kids to believe that getting an education is an honor and a privilege, and we should make the most of it. And I think his inspiring words encourage kids to value what they might be taking for granted and use it to better the world.
Once the bears were fluffed, the Nobel Peace Prize nominee joined his fans back at the Big Read. Each year, the festival grows larger, enticing big-name authors to the St. Louis area. But it doesn't matter how popular this event gets. One thing for sure, there will always be enough books to go around. For STL TV, I'm Cara Kay.